Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of Valentine's Day video where I'm going to be talking about my non-bookish OTPs. I will have another video talking about my bookish OTPs, but today I'm going to be talking about ones that are not from that. Now, I say non-bookish, but I actually have some manga, at least 2 ships or 3 that I have from manga. They're all actually anime as well, and I have seen 2 out of the 3 anime, but I do own the other one as well. So it's like, I say non-bookish, and it sort of is, because they're all made into anime, even though I fell in love with them in the manga first, at least for 2 of them. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. The first one I have in manga, at least, will not come as a surprise, and that is Misaki and Takumi from Maid-sama. I can't talk. I absolutely love these characters. Oh, by the way, if you don't know, OTPs are one true pairings. So it's the people you ship in the series. I read a lot. I watch a lot. Everything that I read, watch, play, anything that I do has to have some kind of ship in there for me, or I don't feel exactly invested in the show or movie or whatever I'm doing. So yeah, let's get back to this. So yeah, Misaki and Takumi, I've binge read this entire manga series, and I absolutely loved it. You all know this. I read this last year, and it's amazing. This is the final volume, but there's Takumi and there's Misaki. And if you don't know, Misaki is by day a student president at her school, and by night she's a maid at this maid cafe. And she doesn't want anybody to find out about her being a maid at this maid cafe. But then Takumi, of course, walks by and sees her in her maid outfit outside the cafe. And it goes from there. And it's just amazing, and I absolutely love it, and I love the art. I love this entire series. This is the only one I have not watched the anime for, but I plan on watching the anime very, very soon. So yeah. The next one, I have seen some of the anime, but I've mostly, it's mostly manga where I love these characters. And that is Ren and Kyoko from Skip Beat. I don't think I've talked enough about Skip Beat on my channel. When I was in high school, I was obsessed with the series, and I'm still pretty obsessed, even though I haven't picked up the manga in a very long time. I still remember it, I still love it. I do really want to go back to picking these up. I only have the first 3 bind-ups. They're 3-in-1s, so I technically have 1 through 9 in the series. So, yeah, but there's Ren and Kyoko. It's so good. So Kyoko so you start off, when Kyoko was younger, she was in love with this boy from her hometown, and she's been in love with him for so long, and then as they grow older, or when they grow older, Sho is his name, he wants to move to Tokyo, and he wants to make it big in the music business or whatever, and he asks Kyoko to go with him. And Kyoko's over the moon because she's in love with him and she wants to be with him. And so now she has a chance of being with him, of being, they can be together, and it's great. It's amazing. She's happy. She doesn't realize, though, until later, that Sho never wanted to be with her. He never wanted to be together. He just wants Kyoko there so she can be his maid. He wants her to clean up after him. He wants her to cook his meals for him. Yeah, he just wants a maid. He doesn't want a girlfriend or anything like that, because he is out every night banging some other girl. So, if he's not working anyway. She works her ass off for him. She works like 2 or 3 jobs just so she can, keep them afloat. So, he made it big. He's pretty, famous. But I think she still she still pays the rent for the apartment, buys the food, She goes, you know, does all the shopping, does all the, she always gets stuff for him, but she never gets anything for her. So when she finds out that all she's been is a glorified maid for him, and he kicks her to the curb, all the love that she had for him is gone. He's opened Pandora's box. So all of the evil, you know, all the evil spirits from her body has, I wish I could show you actually. In the first, I'm holding the second volume, or the second bind up. In the first one, it shows you all of the, like, evil spirits that are coming from her, you know, like the plagues and everything, and then Hope comes out and it's squashed completely. Like, no, you can't come out, you must be stuck in that box forever. I loved it. I love this series. I've gotten pretty far in the series because I used to get them from the library all the time. But of course, then I stopped. And I believe now there's volume 40. And I believe the bind-ups only go to like maybe 36 or something like that. But yeah, I love. The reason for Kyoko and Ren is like shows like arch nemesis, even though Ren doesn't even know who the hell this kid is. Sho hates his ass. And Kyoko knows this because, you know, she used to be with Sho and they used to make fun of Ren for so long. Oh, here's Sho. Like, there's I believe that's Sho. Yeah, that's Sho for sure. And, oh, here's a really beautiful picture of Ren. I love those two. The Ren can be so cruel and, oh my god, and evil, and I love him to, like, him and Kyoko are perfect for each other. So she ends up joining this, like, talent agency, even though she has no, like, emotion, she has no compassion, she has no love. All she has is, like, this evil, dark spirit inside of her. And so they don't end up, like, they don't end up taking her on or anything, but she is able to join, I believe the agency, or the group that they create for her is, I believe, called the Love Me Agency, or something, and they have to do these good deeds for everybody so they can start to feel love in their hearts. But the only one that's there is her. Like, she's the only one part of this group until another character ends up joining. But yeah, I love this manga series so much. I have watched some of the anime. What I don't like about anime for certain manga series is that, like, this is what I'm afraid of for this. Certain manga series, like this one and like Fruits Basket, those only go up to so much. Like, there's only like maybe 25 episodes in the series, in the anime, where there's so much more that goes on in the manga. And I know Fruits Basket only like cuts off halfway into the manga, like in the anime. So when you watch the anime and you're like, oh, the anime was so good. And then, like, a lot of people come to me and told me, like, they love the anime Fruits Basket. It's amazing. And then I tell them, well, I've read the entire manga series, and if you watch the anime, you only got halfway through. You haven't even, like, that's not the end. The ending is so much better. Like, you should read the manga and finish the series. That's what I don't like about certain mangas, or certain animes. There are animes, like Sailor Moon, that continues with the, you know, with whatever's happening. Or they don't go off the manga, they just, you know, take their own spin on it, which is perfectly fine. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't watch a lot of anime as much. And if I do, I try not to read the manga. Because if I read the manga, then yeah. But this is one that I own the anime and I've read the manga, and so now let's see exactly how the anime ends. We shall see. Same thing with this one. This one, I know ends halfway through the manga. I know it because I've watched the anime and I've seen the ending, because I had to know. And yeah, though I do love the anime, and there is a part in Skip Beat that I absolutely love, and I can't remember what volume it's in, but I absolutely love this part and this scene. And they do have that in the anime. It's one of my favorite episodes. It's actually my favorite episode, other than like the first one, because I love Skip Beat and I will watch the anime. I just wish it would have continued on completely, or Even though I know it can't because I think the manga's still going. But still, you know. Naruto is one that finished, even though it took forever to finish. Alright, the next, we're just gonna go into the animated one, because I've seen the anime before I watched the manga, or read the manga, oh my god, and that is Sailor Moon. So, Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon. Yeah. I have the pop figures for them. I love Sailor Moon. It was my first fandom that I ever truly got into. And I have the movie Promise of the Rose, which has Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon on them as well. Just to show you a better picture. This is my first fandom that I ever got into, other than like Pokemon and everything. Though I wasn't necessarily into like the fandom of them, but Sailor Moon was for sure my very first, and I loved it. I still love it to this day. I have the manga, I have the anime, I have pop figures, I have like posters, and I have a lot from Sailor Moon. And my favorite ship was always Sailor Moon Tuxedo Mask. Forever. I will love them forever. Yeah. I even have, oh, I don't have it with me, but I even have pop figures of their future selves, where she is Neo Queen Serenity and he is King Endymion. Yeah. Anytime they come up with a new pop figure, like Super Sailor Moon, I have her too. They're still in boxes, but because I haven't the room for them at the moment. But yeah, I have not all of the Sailor Moon pop figures, but I have most of them. Like, I have like maybe 90% of them. I'm only missing a couple. So yeah. I really want Queen Beryl. She is the villain in the first season, and I really, really want her. I love her so much. Alright, the next one is from a TV show, my next OTP, and it's also a fandom that I've loved for a very long time. It was my first TV show fandom, and now let me find the picture. There it is. Alright, so my first TV show fandom was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and my very first ship, and to this day I ship them, is Buffy and Angel. I love Buffy and Angel to death. I have their pop figures. I love these two characters so much, and it really sucks that they were only together for a very short time, and Jasmine, why? Just why? They belong together. Why can't you have them together? I love them so much, and I've always thought they deserve to be together. I wrote fan fiction for Buffy, as well as Sailor Moon, and I keep them together. I will never separate them. I feel like their separation was stupid. No offense. The only reason they were separated is because Angel got his own show, and so David had to, have his own show. I loved Angel. Angel was great, but I feel like I just wish they could have at least continued on their relationship in Angel, and Buffy, whatever. Yeah. That's just how I am. Alright. That ship for me will never die, as well as Sailor Moon Tuxedo Mask. They will never die. When I ship people, I ship for life. Alright. Next one I have is Jamie and Claire from Outlander. Were you surprised? I absolutely love Jamie and Claire. I think they're amazing. They're one of my very newer, they're actually my newest ship. But I love them so much. I only have season 1, volume 1 and 2. I really want to get the rest of the seasons. I've seen them all, but I really want to get the rest of them. But yeah, I think they're perfect. I love them. I love the show. I can't wait to read the books and see, exactly where it continues on. I can't wait for the 4th season to come out so I can watch that. Yes, I love them. Jamie and Claire for life. They've had so many, ups and downs in their relationship, but they are stronger for it, and I love them to death. Next TV show I have is Game of Thrones, and in the Game of Thrones, I ship Danny and John. They're right here. Now, I know there are a lot of people who don't ship them, who think it's disgusting to ship them. I don't care. I ship them. I've shipped them before. I learned of the disgusting nature of it. I don't care. I will always ship them. Back then, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I don't really give a damn. If the show decides to destroy my ship, I will probably raise hell. I'm not going to be happy. But I will always ship Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen. They're a ship that will live on forever in my heart. So, yes. Again, I ship them completely. Alright, my next two ships are from the same show, and that is Once Upon a Time, and my first ship will always be Snow and Charming. I actually have a third ship, which is Regina and Hook. Or not Hook. Regina and Robin. If you've watched that show, you'll know how disappointed I was for that one. But Snow and Charming will always be like my number one ship. They're the reason I watched the show. You know, when I saw the previews before it ever came out, and you saw like Prince Charming riding on his horse to Snow White. I've never been the biggest fan of Snow White. I've hated Snow White all my life. I've always hated her. Always hated that movie. Always hated the Disney. Oh my god, it was just awful. But when I saw the previews for Once Upon a Time when it very first came out, I was in love with Snow and Charming. And I still am. I think they're still perfect for each other. I like them a lot when they're in like the Enchanted Forest and everything. I don't truly love them as much when they're in like Storybrooke. I still love them, but I prefer them in the Enchanted Forest. That's just me. The other ship from that show I have is Hook and Emma, which they're not together in this, but yeah, Emma and Hook. Captain Swan, for sure. I love them. I think they're perfect together, and yeah. Again, I love both of these ships so much, and they both ended up really, really well. And yeah, I just really love them, and I'm really glad that I was able to watch that and experience those ships. Alright, so now we're on to movies. I think this is the last ones, and then we can stop this one. So I have Lord of the Rings, and my ship, of course, my OTP, is Arwen and Aragorn. I love those two so much, and I think they're the one main reason I kept watching these movies, was so that their ending would be perfect. Even though I love the movies, I love everything about the movies, even though I could skip some of the gruesome parts. And I love the Elven Land, which I cannot remember, and I can't remember the name of it. Why? The elves, the dwarves, just everything about this movie I love, but Arwen and Aragorn are bae. I love them. They're perfect. And I wish now I had their pop figures. I could have gotten their pop figures and I never did. I'm upset with myself. Okay. I also want Arwen's, her pendant, and I can't think of what the name of that is either. I hate myself. I need to do a massive rewatch of Lord of the Rings. Even though I feel like I've already done it, like, almost at the end of last year. But now I'm definitely going to do another massive rewatch. Alright, the last two movies I have are Disney movies. Now, I could put almost every single Disney movie on here because they're all ships I love except for like Snow White, Peter Pan, Dumbo, Fox and the Hound. I'm not the biggest fan. Fox and the Hound the first one was really cute. I really like that. The other ones, though, not the biggest fan of. Alice in Wonderland. That one I don't like. But my two favorite pairings, of course, are Belle and the Beast. Of course. I mean, this is my favorite Disney movie of all time. How can I not love these two? I know that there are problematic, there's a lot of problems with their relationship. I don't care. I love this movie. This movie also came out in my birth year. So it has like some special, significance in my life, and I watched it a lot. I've seen this movie so many times and I absolutely loved it. And I love these two characters together. Though I actually prefer her with the Beast and not exactly his human counterpart. That's just me. Okay. Now, the last Disney movie I have, and the last OTP I'm going to talk about today, is Aladdin and Jasmine. These are my first, actually. Well, not my first. Well, like, when I was young, this had just come out, right when I was born, but I never saw it, like, the year I was born. I actually saw this one first. So this is my first my first pairing, and then this became, but they both are very special to me, and I absolutely loved both of them. They're also not, they're also wrapped in plastic because I have not opened them. I'm really bad about opening movies that I've seen, but I really want to rewatch them, but if I find another way to watch them, I'm not going to open these. But I really need to watch them again, so. And for this one I have the 25th anniversary edition, and this one I have the Diamond edition. But yeah, I love both Belle and the Beast and Aladdin and Jasmine. Yes. So that is all my non-bookish OTPs. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is even longer than I thought it was going to be. I was only hoping for about 10 minutes video, but this is more than 20 minutes. Alright, I'm done talking. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again in another video. Bye! Happy reading.